I would like you to unmute your microphones when we have interaction. Today is May the 15th, and we are going to start your class. All right. So first, I'm going to show you the screen so you can all see what I'm showing. By the way, hello. Can someone say hello to know that you're there?
Hello, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm not speaking to my own. As you could see, Unit 11 was about journeys, right? And we didn't have the chance to go on depth on it because last class we had internet problems. I had internet connection problems, so we couldn't go till the end of it. We did Unit 11.1, but we were waiting for 11.2, where our goal was to be able to connect ideas to tell a story. Before we go with the book activities, I'm going to show you the PowerPoint I didn't have a chance to explain the other day. All right? So let's get started with that information. Oh, I see that someone else is entering the class. So let me see. Who's there? Belen, another girl. Okay, Belen, we are taking a look at the PowerPoint. So try to see the screen. As we said in this unit number 11, what we need to pay attention to is these expressions and vocabulary to tell a story in connection with the airport expressions and vocabulary we were seeing. They are also in the PDF document about vocabulary for departure and arrival. We will check that today as well. In the achievement test, what I'm going to ask you to do is to be able to identify the expressions, but also to apply them in a coherent and cohesive text where you can describe an event or situation that happened to you at an airport. Of course, it can be invented, but the idea is that you can use the connectors presented now. Also, the correct use of the articles, as you can see it here, the articles, and the storytelling expressions. What about the articles? The articles, you need to differentiate the use of a, an, and the, because I know you know the difference between and an. Do not forget it's an because it is the vowel sound, not just a vowel. It's a vowel sound. That's why you say an hour, because in that case the H is not pronounced and it has a vowel sound like hour. You say an hour. But for the others, it's like a hotel, a hospital. It's a because the sound is consonant. So remember, consonant sound and vowel sound. But the is used in different situations. Like, for example, when you say, when you talk about something that is unique, or maybe because there is only one of that. So if you are in a house and you say, can you give me the vacuum cleaner? It's because you only have one vacuum cleaner. Okay, so the, okay? Or in this case, the sun, the moon, or the internet, right? The second time you talk about something, also you use the, because, for example, if you're talking about a book, oh, let me see, someone else is entering. Pia, you see, today is the girls' day. So as I was saying, when you talk about something for the, oh, another person, Catalina. Okay, so we're taking a look at the PowerPoint of Unit 11, all right? Um, so going back to what I was saying, for the second time, it is, for example, when you are talking about something like a book, and you said, yesterday I bought a very interesting book, and someone says, what is the book about? You use the in that case because you already know what you're talking about. It is the second time or more than the first time you talk about it. So you can use the in that case. Also for giving directions like the west, the east, but we also need to consider it like the when you talk about some countries like the United States of America or the UK. Okay, so in some situations you use it like for proper nouns of rivers, for example, the rivers names. Only in those cases, okay? You never use it for names like the Camila. No, you never use it like that. All right. We will see more examples. And before we go to the next one, I want you to look at something we have already, our aula. As you can see, this is in our aula virtual. We have the audio tracks that we have for Unit 11, the PowerPoint, and when you go to all the details of the unit, in our folder of Unit 11, you can see that you have all the PDF material. We have so many things in Unit 11. Here in this folder, you can see all the things that I'm mentioning. Okay, the language bank, the grammar, and etc. The book pages. So that's what I'm showing you now. In relation to what we were talking about in the PowerPoint, we've got the difference between a and the. So I'm going to ask Pia. I know you're present. Pia, can you read this sentence and then read this sentence?
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Pia.
Eh, ¿Cuál? La
This one
primera.
and the second one.
Can you open a window?
Yes, and as you can see, as Pia reads, we have three windows, and when she says, "Can you open a window?" we are not talking about one in specific. It's like a window, any of them, right? There are three windows here. A window can be window one, two, or three. Now, Pia, can you read the second one?
Can you open the window?
Thank you, Pia. There is only one window here, so we don't have any other option. It's the window, right? Rocio? Hello, Rocio. How are you?
Hello, fine. And you?
I am fine too. It's Friday finally, so I'm happy. And I've got internet. So, what if you read the examples of ah? I read the ones in parentheses and you read the sentences.
I have got a car.
Exactly. There are many cars in the universe, right? So, and I've got one. So you say, I've got a car. It's only one. Continue.
Can I ask a question?
That's right. There are many questions. So you are saying that you're going to ask one, only one.
Is
Yes.
there a hotel near here?
Important to say hotel because if not, it's an. You have to make the sound, the ha sound. Hotel, like hospital. Okay. So
Okay.
is there a hotel near here? There are many hotels. Is there anyone? Is there one here? That's the thing you want to say. Number one. Okay, go on.
Paris is an interesting city.
That's right. And remember, it's an because it starts with a vowel sound. There are many interesting cities, and Paris is one of them. And finally,
Lisa is a student.
thank you, Rocio. There are many students, and Lisa is one of them. So as you can see, a is used for saying one, okay, or an. So we're going to go now with Natalia. Natalia,
Hello, me.
hello. Can you read the ones with the?
Okay. I am going to clean the car tomorrow.
Yes, it will say the car. It can be my car, but we are saying something that we already know. It is not the first time we talk about the car. So if someone says, I'm going to clean the car, I know what car the person is talking about. It's not new information for me. Continue.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, you already know about the question because you already asked the question before. So, number 3.
We enjoy our holiday. The hotel was very nice.
The hotel was very nice. That's right. It is. Do you know what hotel you're mentioning, right?
Paris is the capital of France.
There is only one capital of France, right? It's Paris. And
Lisa is the youngest student in her class.
is the youngest. You use the in front of superlatives. Always the youngest, the tallest, the easiest. When you compare one thing with all the rest, superlatives, you use the. Thank you very much, Natalia. Okay, so comparing, I bought a jacket and a shirt. The jacket, so we already know what jacket we are talking about, was cheap, but the shirt, I already mentioned the shirt was expensive. So the jacket and the shirt that I bought, we know what we're talking about. There are some uses of that we need to clarify here. When it's clear which thing or person we mean, here you have the examples. Also, remember you have exercises to do if you want to practice, and you've got the answers, the answer key at the end. Here you have more explanation and more examples about the same, but I'm going to read the last ones because sometimes we forget to use them in these situations. Um, how often do you go to the cinema? About once a month. Talking about it is also used for the times you do something. So once a month or twice a year, 3 times a day. So in that case, when you talk about the frequency, you say frequency, and the month, the day, or the other expression of time. All right? So once twice 3 times 4 times day, month, week, whatever. And how much? When you talk about price of something and you want to say the price in connection to the weight, so you say, for example, 1,000 pesos a kilo is when you say per, por kilo, per week, por día. You can also say a kilo, okay, a gram, a liter. It's for quantities. Helen works 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. And again, here for frequency. So when you talk about frequencies and quantities, you can use a. And again, you've got exercises, and at the end, you have the answer key. And then we change the topic, so we are going to go back to the PowerPoint. Now let's go. We already checked here the articles, right? Let's go to the expressions and the topic air travel. That is Unit 11. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a text, but I want you to help me reading the text. So let me see if I don't remember all the names because I'm not very good at it. So Rocio already read. Rocio read. Belén also read. So now Belén, Catalina, Consuelo, Javiera. Remember you four. Belén, Catalina, Consuelo, Javiera. You're going to help me reading this text, all right? In that order. Belén, you start. You stop and then continues Belén, and then Catalina, and then Javiera, and at that moment we have Rocio and Pia and Natalia.
Hi, Miss.
Hello. So can you start?
Yes, ¿hasta dónde tengo que leer?
Hasta el punto.
¿Hasta el punto? Ya.
Y después sigue la otra compañera.
When you arrive at the airport, the departures board will show you the flight numbers, departure time and destination.
And destinations. Thank you. Next. Who's next?
Me.
Yes.
At check-in, the check-in desk, someone will check your ticket and wait your luggage.
Luggage. Thank you. Who's next?
Me. Hello, Miss.
Hello.
Uh, if it's more than, for example, 20 kilograms, you will have to pay excess pallet. ¿Cómo se dice?
Baggage.
By
Baggage. You?
You can take your hand luggage with you on the aircraft.
Yes. Who's next? We lost you. Okay, let me see the name. We already have Belén, Catalina, Consuelo. Javiera, did you read?
Sí,
Yes.
recién.
Natalia then. Natalia Pia Rocío.
You also get your boarding card and then you can go through passport control where some check your passport and into the departure lounge where you can buy things in the duty-free shop, cigarette and perfume.
Perfume. That's right. Continue, please. I will have to see it again.
Shortly before,
Yes, there you are.
shortly before take-off, you go to the place where you get on the plane, in gate 3 or gate 5.
When you board the plane, you can put your hand luggage in a small cupboard above your seat called an
Cold.
overhead locker.
So you have to fasten your seatbelt. If there are no delays, the plane moves slowly to the runway and then it takes off. So let's see the vocabulary. This is for the departure. Departure is when the plane starts going away. So at the beginning of the trip, that is the departure. So from the moment you arrive at the airport until you leave. Departures board. Okay, the departures board is like a screen when you can see the flight number and you can see what time it goes, the gate, the destination. You have all the information. Like when you go to the airport, you have like a television screen when you have all the information. That is the departures board. The flight number is, for example, BA735. Sometimes it says LAN 4173 if it is LAN, or if it is, I don't know, Iberia or whatever, it says the name of the plane airline and the number. That is the flight number. Flight is vuelo, el vuelo. Okay, to fly es volar, but the flight es el vuelo. Departure times, the time when you leave. Destination is where you go. You can say check-in or the check-in desk. Both expressions are fine. Weight is el peso. How much your luggage weighs. Es cuánto pesa tu equipaje. Luggage is British. Baggage is universal. Okay? So baggage, you can use it everywhere. Luggage is British. Just say equipaje. Pay excess baggage is when you have too much weight, excessive weight. Aircraft is el avión, is a plane. Boarding card is this card you receive with all your information, your name, the seat number, and etc. Passport control is when you show it's a person that is waiting for you to check your passport to see if it is real or not and to put this stamp. Ponen ahí el sticker. They check it, and you can go to the duty free shop Antes me gustaba ir a eso, ahora ya no la encuentro tan barata. Take off means despegar. And you take off. Que no se le olvide que va con una línea al medio. Take off. Nunca olvidar eso. You board the plane. Is that when you get on the plane? Chicas, no sé si alcanzaron ustedes a ver un video que les sugerí de una profesora gringa que estaba haciendo la clase para decir cuando se usaba get in, get on. No sé si lo pudieron ver, lo puse en el aula. Ahí se muestra que get on se usa para cuando tú dices subirte o entrar especialmente a un transporte público, pero es cuando es un transporte, un medio de transporte donde tú puedes estar de pie. Por ejemplo, get on a train, get on a bus. Te puedes parar. Get on a plane. Sentarte está después de que tú entras, la opción, ¿verdad? Pero puedes transitar de pie. Cuando es get in es por ejemplo en un auto, que tú para entrar tú no puedes estar de pie dentro del auto a menos que sea un niño. You get in a car because when you enter you have to sit down and it's commonly for 4 or 5 people inside, not more than that. Okay, so you get in that. Sorry, we're saying board the plane is when you get on the plane. Overhead locker. Overhead. Over your head. Está sobre tu cabeza. Arribita, un locker que es para poner tu hand luggage. Hand luggage es equipaje de mano. When you enter, you get on the plane, you have your hand luggage with you. And where do you put it? You put it on the overhead locker. You put it inside there. Fasten. Don't say fasten. You say fasten your seat belt. Your seat belt is cinturón. Seat es de asiento. Entonces, cinturón de seguridad del asiento. Fasten es abrochar. ¿Conocen los fasteners, chicas? ¿Han escuchado alguna vez hablar de los fasteners? Que yo no sé si ya usan estas cosas ustedes,
No.
niñas. En la U no compran carpetas para poner sus guías o sus cosas adentro. O no sé, yo en mi época yo tenía muchas carpetas. Pero en las carpetas adentro, las que son ACO-clip se llama, se me había olvidado la palabra, que tienen como unos fierritos para firmar las hojas. ¿Lo conocen bien? Yes, okay. Those are the fasteners. Fasteners are ACO-clips. Y si ustedes ven la forma que tienen, que son esos fierritos, cuando ustedes apretan, como que se juntan. Y se juntan y parece que fuera un cinturón. Entonces, por eso se usa la misma expresión de los fasteners, de los ACO-clips, para fasten your seatbelt, que es hacer ese gesto de abroche. Delays is when the plane is not on time, it's delayed. And then when everything is on time, it goes to the runway, a la pista de aterrizaje. But the arrival is the opposite. The arrival is when you get to the place, the trip is finished, you get there, you arrive. When the plane lands, there is always an announcement from a member of the cabin crew telling passengers to wait until the plane completely stops before they stand up. Land es el opuesto de take off. Take off era despegar. Land es aterrizar. Land es tierra. When something lands, land como verbo es aterrizar. The announcement, the announcement of a member of the cabin crew. Crew is the members of something, okay? The crew are the persons that are members of something. So cabin crew are like the stewardess, the pilot, etc. Stewardess is the old way to say flight attendant. Get off the plane. ¿Se acuerdan cómo se decía subirse al avión? Get on the plane. Salirse del avión. Get off. Okay. Terminal building is the building like the airport. Then you get off the plane and walk through the terminal building to passport control. When you've got your luggage from baggage reclaim, porque tienes que ir a buscar tu equipaje, you go through customs and they revise everything. and leave the airport. And you say goodbye, the trip is over. Why are we looking at this information? Because in Unit 11, like when we were checking Unit 11, and now it was, this is 12, this is 11. In Unit 11.1, it was very important to look at the conversations in at the airport. And also, oh, here we saw some examples of the boarding pass and some situations that happened actually at the airport. All right. So finally, we are going to go now into Unit 11.2, where we were talking about how to connect ideas at the airport, but now telling a story. But for that, we need to know some expressions. And this is something that I want you to be very concentrated and pay attention to. Because there are some expressions to tell a story that we need to know, for example, for time and location. When do I use in on at in these cases? You use in, for example, for centuries, decades, years, months, and weeks. In the 1800s, in the 80s, in the 1970s, okay, in 1981. Ahora el mes solito, in July, in May, in August. Por un periodo de tiempo de semanas, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. Okay, nos vemos en 3 semanas. See you in 3 weeks. All right. Also for countries, cities, and neighborhoods in England, in London. This is Chinatown, but it can be in Limache, for example. Okay. So for big things, so in the locations. On the other hand, on is for when you have the complete date, fechas completas, por ejemplo, on Monday, May the 13th. All right, it's an example like that. So you have the complete date. Expressions like on my birthday. Cuando tiene los días de la semana solitos, on Friday, on Monday, on Tuesday. Ojo acá, que aquí sale on aquí, porque este es americano, este slide. Pero en inglés británico tú dices at the weekend. On the weekend is in Canada, in the United States, but at the weekend is in Europe and also in Australia. In terms of location, you use on for streets and avenues, but not for addresses. Addresses go with at. For example, where do you live? I live at 734 Oxford Street. But when you say the street name only, say on. For example, in my case, I say that I live on Camino del Sol. Okay, so that is the name of my street. But I live at Camino del Sol, name number 800, and I give all the other information, the apartment, and etc. Okay. Also, you use at when you talk about the time. Never forget that. There are expressions also when you tell a story. Expressions for talking about the past, like the typical yesterday, some time ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, a second ago, 2 years ago, last week, last month, last year, last summer. In the present, like nowadays is very common, like hoy en día. And the future is next day, next year, next time, soon, in the near future. So now that we know that, we are going to go back to the book in the unit of stories. Okay, we already did the exercises and the explanation of that. We have the time expressions. We said in the morning. Remember this. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. ¿Cuál es la única diferente? At night. Ojo con eso. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Another expression, at the weekend. ¿Se fijaron que esto es británico? At the weekend. At the moment. For place, in the middle of, like in the middle of the night. In the corner of, a la esquina. Esto sí, si saben en fútbol, a personas que les gusta el fútbol, no tiran un tiro de corner, es de esquina. In the corner of, al final, at the end of the story, at the end, at the end. We said that we use the for the superlatives, the best, the worst, the most. Also, when we say the same on the last weekend, the next weekend, or whatever. Let's see the example. So let's go again in order. We have 8 sentences, so pay attention to your names. Let me see. Belén is going to do number 1. Catalina number 2. Consuelo number 3. Javiera 4. Natalia 5. Pia 6. Rocio 7. 8 is going to be Belén. And 9 is going to be Rocio. Okay, so remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right? And then we check. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you can start.
¿Parto con la 2, Miss?
No, number 1 is an example because then you have to repeat.
Ah, yeah. When was the last time you saw the spider?
I'm going to tell you because I like your question. The last time I saw a spider was, I think it was yesterday because I hate spiders. Do you like spiders?
No.
No, I hate them, even if they are very small. The smallest spiders for me are the scariest. I hate them. Okay, thank you. Number 2. Person number 2.
Uh, do you like the pasta? No.
Okay. No, you don't, or you're saying that
No
no, it
sé.
is incorrect because I don't know. Do you like the pasta? No, no. So you,
No,
tell me,
yes.
do you like pasta?
Yes.
Yes, I love pasta too, but I'm not so sure if it is healthy to eat too much pasta. Oh, do you like all pasta?
Yes.
Yes, it doesn't matter if it is like I don't know, noodles. Do you know the difference between noodles and the rest?
Yes, but I think they are the same, so
So it doesn't matter.
no.
You eat them all. Okay,
Sí.
so um, did you notice the difference when you said it? Because you
Yes.
said, "Do you like the pasta?" And what did I say?
Do you like pasta?
Yeah. So do we use an article for pasta?
Uh,
We use no article for pasta because pasta is general word. Es
yeah.
general. Si yo digo algo específico, ahí voy a usar el artículo, pero una palabra general no lo usamos, ¿ya?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Number 3.
Is there an art gallery near here?
Right. Is there an art gallery here? Near here, that's right. Near here, like near my house, nothing. What about yours? Is there
Nothing
an
here.
art? No. Oh, that's so sad. Yes, thank you. Number 4.
Can you open the door, please?
That's right. Yes, I can. The door, because we know that in one room we commonly have one door, right? That's why we use the. Correct. Next, 5.
Have you got a pen I can use?
Exactly, because when you say, have you got a pen, it's because you're saying, have you got one pen, right? Continue. Thank you. 6.
What is the name of the person next to you?
I have no one next to me, so I cannot say the name. I'm sitting alone here. So, what about you? What's the name of the person next to you?
And is a cat, my cat Carlitos.
Oh, your cat. Is it a kitten or a cat?
Cat. Cat.
Okay, it's a big one. It's not a
And
little
no,
kitten.
no, it's like a middle of.
Okay, middle-aged cat?
Yes.
It's not old. But is it big?
No.
No? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Seven. Seven. Who was number seven?
7.
Yes?
Do you like a cat?
Look, it says cats. It's plural.
Uh,
So we
do you
don't
like
use
cats?
exactly, you're right. We don't use article because it's general, like in general cats. It's like pasta. Do you like cats? That's right. Thank you. Do you like cats, by the way?
Yes.
I like them too. I like all the animals, but in general. Oh, thank you. Number eight.
Yes. What's the easiest language to learn?
Easiest. The easiest.
Easiest?
That's right. We use the because it is a superlative. You're right. Excellent. Okay, so you did a very good job. So now we were talking about telling a story, right? We already practiced the articles. Now with the book, we are going to practice storytelling expressions. So here we have different expressions to talk about how to start a story, how to link, unir a story, and how to end a story. Let me see. If we think about those expressions when we are telling a story, if we say later, where do you think we put later? To start, to link, or to end a story? What do you think? Where do I put it?
Link a story.
To link a story. That's right. It was 2 in the morning. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. Does it go?
Start?
To
Start a story?
start. Yes, to start. Very good. Then you say, it was really strange.
End a story?
Yes, we can use it to end a story. Yes, but sometimes it can also go in the middle, like to continue with another thing, right? And then
Link a story?
Link.
to link. Absolutely, yes. I was with some friends
Start.
to start. Yes. In the end,
Uh,
A story.
to end the story, right? After that,
To link a
Link
story.
a story.
yes, I had a great time
End a story.
to end the story, right? Well, this was a few weeks ago.
End a
start, start
story.
hard.
Exactly. So let's listen now to check your answers because we are going to work with these images. Can you see the images? Here we have a car with a lady inside, mountains. Now we can see the bears. We can see the lady taking photographs. The angry bear, that's Angry Birds. The angry bear with the other bears. And then the lady has a problem with the car and the bear is reaching her. So we have some expressions here. In my car in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, lost lots of mountains and trees. See a family of bears, mother and two cubs. Cubs are the baby bears. Stop car, get out and take photos. Cubs look frightened. Mother gets angry, walks towards me, can't open the door. Those are the situations. First, we're going to listen and check your expressions, and we will see what happens. All right? Let me see if you can hear.
1. To start a story. It was 2.
Ay, sorry.
1. To start a story. It was 2 in the morning. I was with some friends. Well, this was a few weeks ago. 2. To link a story. Later, and then, after that. 3. To end a story. It was really strange. I had a great time. In the end,
very good. So there you have your answers. But let's try to do this activity, all right? You are going to be using these expressions. It can be, you can change it, like saying it was 2 in the morning, you can change the time. It was 3 in the afternoon, okay? It was 3 o'clock after lunch, say whatever you want to say. And you can change some ideas, okay? It was a few days ago, it was in summer, whatever you want, all right? But the idea is that you can create a story using this information and the previous one to talk about what happened with this lady in Canada. Okay, do you think you can do it? Let me give it a try. This is the way we are going to do it. I'm going to say it in Spanish. La forma en que vamos a trabajar esto va a ser la siguiente. Yo digo, les voy a decir los nombres porque aquí van a haber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sucesos. ¿Ya? Vamos a dividir los cuadraditos para que ustedes cuenten y, por ejemplo, le toca aquí a Pía y después acá viene Rocío y Rocío tiene que tomar lo que dijo Pía para continuarlo. O sea, todos tienen que estar prestando mucha atención. ¿Ya? Recuerden usar expresiones como las que vimos antes también en el PowerPoint y la información que está aquí para conectar y contarme qué pasó en esta historia con el osito y la señorita. ¿Ya? So we start with, we have, let me see, how many images? I forgot, it was 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So we have picture number 1. Picture 1, Belén and Catalina. Picture 2, Consuelo. Picture 3, Javiera. Picture 4, Natalia. And picture 5, Pia and Rocío. I will repeat. Picture 1, Belén and Catalina. Picture 2, Consuelo. 3, Javiera. 4, Natalia. And 5, you finish the story with Pia and Rocío. Can we try? ¿Cómo lo comenzamos?
Well, this was a few weeks ago.
Ahí ya tú dijiste tu oración. Tu compañera que también está en la 1 tiene que seguir. You said, well, it was a few weeks ago.
Well, it was a few weeks ago when I was going in my car in the Rocky Mountains in Canada.
Okay, stop there. Picture 2.
And then I see a family of bears. Ah, no, esa es la siguiente.
Yes.
And then lots of mountains and trees.
Okay, and there were, habían, and there were lots of mountains and trees. You can add information like saying, and there were beautiful lots of mountains and trees that I could see from my car.
Yeah.
So you can add information. Thank you. 3.
Later, she stopped a car. She get out and take photos.
Say I. Tú estás contando la historia como que fuera tuya.
Ah, okay.
Okay? Remember, use the past. Yo vi. Okay? Say it again.
I stop the car and take photos.
I
Okay.
stopped the car.
Sí.
But first you say, okay.
No.
No? So you were saying that you saw a family of birds, mother and 2 cubs. So you decided to stop the car, or then I stopped the car. Remember to use the connectors, and then I stopped the car. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Number 4, after that, what happened?
I get on out and take photos. And no.
Yes, you're fine. After that, I got out. Remember to use the past.
Yeah. After
that,
I get on and take photos.
Got. Use the past porque te saliste.
After that, I got out and take photos.
And took photos. But the cubs look frightened. And the mother, ¿cuál era el pasado de get? Got angry. Okay, thank you. Now the 2 girls finish the story. Use the expressions.
Well.
Este era para empezar.
In the end.
In the end.
This was a few weeks ago.
Esa la usamos para empezar la historia. Ahora tenemos que usar like in the end.
The end, I can't open car door.
Pero algo pasó antes que eso. Antes que tú digas in the end, I couldn't open the car door. Algo pasó. Se vinieron hacia ti.
Walk toward me.
Yes. So in the end, they walked towards me. And
I
couldn't
open car door.
Open the car door. So, ustedes ponen la final, termínenla. ¿Qué pasó? Me arranqué, me mataron. No, pues no me mataron si estoy contando la historia.
I can't open car.
I couldn't open the car. Then I could. Y después pude.
Then I could.
Then I could open the door and escape. Right?
Yes.
Now listen to what we have like in 2 different endings of the story. Thank you very much, ladies. So now we are going to listen to 2 different endings of the story. Aquí las chicas lo que inventaron era que finalmente pudieron abrir la puerta y arrancar. Vamos a ver estos diferentes finales.
Track 20. Holly. Well, I was in my car in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, and I was on a highway with lots of beautiful mountains and trees nearby. It was a sunny day and everything was perfect. Suddenly, I saw a family of bears, a mother bear and 2 cubs, near the side of the road. I love bears, so I stopped the car, got out, and started taking photos.
Se me justo el apagó ahí. Ahora sí.
Track 20. Holly. Well, I was in my car in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, and I was on a highway with lots of beautiful mountains and trees nearby. It was a sunny day and everything was perfect. Suddenly, I saw a family of bears, a mother bear and 2 cubs, near the side of the road. I love bears, so I stopped the car, got out, and started taking photos. I wasn't very close to the bears, but the cubs got frightened, and the mother looked angry. She started walking towards me. I ran back to the car, but I couldn't open the door, and the keys were inside. I was really frightened. The mother bear came closer. Suddenly, a big tour bus drove up and stopped. The bears ran into the trees. The driver shouted at me, "Never, never get out of your car when you see bears. They're not pets, they're dangerous." He and the passenger opened the car door for me, and I thanked them and left. That was a real lesson for me.
Jack. Well, this was a couple of years ago. I went on holiday to France with some friends. We got the bus and the ferry to France and had something to eat in the ferry restaurant. Then I fell asleep. Later, I woke up in the ferry restaurant, but my friends weren't there. The ferry was empty. We were at Calais in France. I ran to the bus, but I was too late. I saw the bus driving off the ferry. So I walked off the ferry and phoned my friends. They were all on the bus. We arranged to meet in Paris later that day, so I got a train to Paris. It was a terrible journey, but in the end it was okay because I met a really nice Frenchman, Charles, on the train. We're still friends today.
Okay, the second story is the story that you couldn't see here because it wasn't the other person's. It is commonly an activity with AB that is on page 128, and that was a different story. But what do we have to pay attention here is that we have to use the simple past. Ojo con eso que está en el aula, el uso de simple past. Yo le subí esa información acá. Le subí todo lo que tenía que ver con simple past. Así es que ojo aquí con el grammar. No se olviden de usar el simple past when you tell a story. Okay, it is here also when we were talking about journeys. Okay, airports, journeys, how to form a question in English. Okay, so all is there. It has to be in simple past. I forgot it. And also the use of the, stop the car, the mother bear, because we know what we are talking about and it's only one, and the storytelling expressions. So as you can see, we were talking about the airport, then we were talking about how to tell a story. Everything is here in like connected and mixed, because here we are describing a journey, and here we are describing situations that happened at the airport. So we are going to finish today's class with this activity to finish number 11, talking about a journey. I'm going to ask you to look at the images and to listen to his story. I'm sorry. As you can see, a person in the car looking at the departures screen, but something happens to him, and then again he's next to a person. Okay, so let's finish the class by listening to this audio and looking at this situation, because this is what I'm going to ask you to do in your achievement.
Miss, ¿dónde está el present simple? No, past simple.
Past
¿En el
simple
aula?
is in the aula. Let me show you in unit 11, grammar. I put the yes or no questions, forming verbs, asking questions. No, this is not. I'm going to upload it. I thought I did. You're right, it is not there because it's grammar. Question formation. No, this is the grammar. I will upload it now with unit because I thought I put it, but it is not. But it is the simple past vocabulary. I will upload it now. All right? Thank you. Ready to listen to the story? Yes? No? Chicas, ¿están ahí?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Track 21. Sam. I was in London at the time and wanted to go to Dublin in Ireland to see my friend Margaret. This was last year. And I had to get up really early to catch the plane. The flight was at 5 in the morning or something. So I got up in the dark and drove to the airport, only to see that my flight was cancelled. There wasn't another flight that day or night, so I booked a seat for early the next morning. I spent all day and all night at the airport. It was so boring. At around midnight, I tried to sleep on some free seats, but it was really uncomfortable, so in the end I stopped trying. I was really tired and in a very bad mood by the next morning. The plane finally took off at 9 o'clock, but then an hour later they said the plane couldn't land in Dublin and we had to go to Cork in the south of Ireland. Anyway, I met a lot of really nice people during the journey. We stayed in a lovely 5-star hotel in Cork, paid for by the airline, and we had a lot of fun that night. My friend came to get me in her car the next day, and it was fine. It was a terrible journey, but I also had a really great time.
Okay, so here we have a situation where a person had a very bad journey, but ended happily, right? Now let's do the exercise to finish. And you're going to identify the correct sentence about Sam's journey. We have 10 sentences, all right? ¿Saben lo que me di cuenta? Por eso tenía la sensación, yo les hice un PowerPoint que no se los he subido, que es de Simple Past con una situación. Así que se los voy a subir. Qué bueno que me preguntó, no sé quién me preguntó recién, pero gracias por la pregunta, porque me acabo de dar cuenta que no había subido eso. Yep, we have 10 sentences. So, Belén 1, Catalina 2, Consuelo 3, Javiera 4, Natalia 5, 6 Pia, 7 Rocío, and then we go back. 8 Pia, 9 Natalia, and 10 Javier. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to play it again for you to listen to it again and try to circle the correct answer. All right?
Track 21. Sam. I was in London at the time and wanted to go to Dublin in Ireland to see my friend Margaret. This was last year. And I had to get up really early to catch the plane. The flight was at 5 in the morning or something. So I got up in the dark and drove to the airport, only to see that my flight was cancelled. There wasn't another flight that day or night, so I booked a seat for early the next morning. I spent all day and all night at the airport. It was so boring. At around midnight, I tried to sleep on some free seats, but it was really uncomfortable, so in the end I stopped trying. I was really tired and in a very bad mood by the next morning. The plane finally took off at 9 o'clock, but then an hour later they said the plane couldn't land in Dublin and we had to go to Cork in the south of Ireland. Anyway, I met a lot of really nice people during the journey. We stayed in a lovely 5-star hotel in Cork, paid for by the airline, and we had a lot of fun that night. My friend came to get me in her car the next day, and it was fine. It was a terrible journey, but I also had a really great time.
Okay, so ready to revise. Let's see the answers, all right? Who was in number 1?
He drove to the airport.
He drove to the airport. That's right. Because he drove to the airport. Thank you. Not because he was worried that he would be late and miss the plane, right? Okay, so number 2.
The flight was cancelled.
Yes, the flight was canceled. Maybe the weather was bad, right? 3.
He booked a seat on another flight.
He booked. Booked
Booked.
means reservar. Cuando tú reservas una mesa en un restaurante, dices you book a table. Thank you. What is number 4?
He spent all night in the airport.
I spent all night at the airport. Poor him. Thank you. 5.
The airport was uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Dilo conmigo. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Yes, very super good. 6.
He caught the plane to Dublin.
Exactly. He caught. Caught. Good.
Caught.
7.
The plane took off at 9 o'clock.
That's right. Took off at 9 o'clock. 8.
Miss, I don't know.
You don't know? Try to.
It has to go to court in the north of Ireland.
In the south. Casi. Eran 2 opciones. Una de dos. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you for trying. Thank you. 9.
He stayed in a 5-star hotel.
Hotel. Acuérdate del sonido. Hotel.
Hotel.
Thank you. 10.
He had a great time there.
And he had a great time there. Thank you very much, ladies. So now I'm going to upload the information that I didn't upload. But remember, in Unit 11, we were talking about the vocabulary at the airport, some expressions, some connectors, how to start the story, link ideas, and how to finish a story. What's the most important? That we are talking about a past event, so we need to use the simple past. That is something from English too. And so you're going to refresh it and put it in a story. What you're going to be doing with this information in the achievement test, you're going to be telling a story about an experience at the airport. All right? Then in Unit 11, I'm sorry, in Unit 12, se me olvidaron los números en inglés. In Unit 12, we are going to be talking about health. Very coronavirus is this. So we are going to start with the listening, how to describe some pains and some sufferings that you may have, and to give recommendations using should. So number 12 is super easy and super fast to go through because it is not difficult in connection to grammar, and it is just about health and remedies with recommendations. So, okay, I will upload the information about Unit 12 now in grammar, vocabulary, and the book pages. But I will also upload the video of Unit 11 we created today with the information about the simple past. So now I'm going to stop the recording. And we are going to say goodbye right on time. It is